Have you noticed how just tiny things we eat or don't eat can sometimes make a surprisingly big difference in how we feel day to day? Especially as the years add up, it can be really frustrating, can't it? One day you feel full of energy, ready to tackle anything. And the next, you're feeling sluggish, maybe a bit foggy in the head, and you wonder why. Sometimes, the foods we think are healthy, the ones we've perhaps been eating for years, might actually be working against us without us even realizing it. It's a painful reality that what worked for our bodies in our 30s or 40s isn't necessarily what serves us best in our 60s and beyond. Our bodies change. Our needs change. And frankly, the way some foods are produced changes too. But here's a little secret often. The path to feeling better, sharper, and more energetic isn't about complicated diets or expensive supplements. It's often found in getting smart about simple things. Everyday foods that are right there in our kitchens or easy to find in the shop. Things like nuts. We think of nuts as healthy, right? And many of them truly are powerful little packages of goodness. But did you know that some popular ways nuts are prepared, or even certain types of nuts in large quantities, can actually be detrimental as we get older? They can contribute to things like inflammation, unwanted weight gain, or even digestive upset. Problems we really don't need more of. On the flip side, there are nuts that are absolute champions for our bodies after 60, packed with nutrients that support everything from our brains to our hearts to keeping our bones strong. In this video, we're going to dive into the world of nuts and uncover 4 types or preparations you might want to ease up on or avoid after 60. And then we'll look at 4 truly incredible nuts that you should absolutely be including in your diet to help you stay healthy and vibrant. Make sure you watch right to the end, because I've got something that might genuinely surprise you about one of these nuts. Now, let's talk about those little crunchy snacks we often reach for. It's so easy to grab a handful, isn't it? And nuts are wonderful. But how they're prepared makes all the difference, especially as our bodies become a little more sensitive to certain things. One common type you really want to think twice about after 60 is the heavily salted and roasted nut. Think about those big bags of peanuts or mixed nuts you see everywhere, often coated in a generous amount of salt and roasted at high temperatures. Now, a little salt isn't the end of the world, but the amount on many commercially roasted nuts can be excessive. As we age, our bodies are often less efficient at managing sodium. Too much sodium can lead to increased blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke, conditions that are already more prevalent in our age group. It can also cause water retention, leading to uncomfortable bloating and swelling. Plus, the high-temperature roasting process can sometimes damage the healthy fats within the nuts, turning them into less beneficial forms. It strips away some of the delicate nutrients. So, while the nuts themselves might be potentially healthy in their raw state, loading them up with salt and subjecting them to intense heat diminishes their goodness and adds something harmful. It's like taking something naturally wonderful and covering it in something that works against you. Imagine you're trying to build a beautiful garden, but instead of using fresh water, you're using slightly salty water. Eventually, it's going to harm the plants. The same principle applies here. We're trying to nourish our bodies, and excessive salt and harsh processing work against that nourishment. So, when you see those shiny, salt-crusted nuts, remember that they might be savory and moreish, but they're likely adding an unnecessary burden of sodium to your system, which is something we should actively try to reduce as we get older to protect our cardiovascular health. Building on that theme of added things that aren't helping, another type of nut preparation to be wary of is anything that's candied, honey roasted, or sugar-coated. Oh, they can be incredibly tempting, can't they? That sweet, crunchy coating is designed to make you want more and more. But this adds a significant amount of refined sugar and often unhealthy fats to what would otherwise be a nutritious food. Excessive sugar intake is something many of us are already trying to reduce. And for good reason. High sugar consumption contributes to inflammation throughout the body, which is linked to a whole host of age-related issues. From joint pain to cognitive decline, it can also lead to weight gain, increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, and negatively impact heart health. When you combine the natural fats and calories in nuts with a hefty dose of added sugar, you're essentially turning a nutrient-dense snack into a calorie-dense treat with very little added nutritional value and a lot of potential downsides. Think about the difference between eating a plain almond and a honey-roasted almond. The plain almond provides healthy fats, fiber, and vitamin E. The honey-roasted one gives you those things plus a sticky, sugary coating that spikes your blood sugar and contributes to inflammation without offering any extra goodness. It's like putting premium fuel in your car, but then adding a little bit of sludge. Why would you do that? Your body deserves premium fuel, and adding sugar to nuts is essentially adding sludge. So, as delicious as they might taste in the moment, those candied and honey-roasted nuts are best left on the shelf if you're serious about supporting your health after 60. They are treats, not health foods, and definitely fall into the category of things to avoid regularly. Now, switching gears to the good stuff, enough about what to avoid. Let's talk about the powerhouses. If you're looking for a nut that truly supports your brain health as you age, reaching for a handful of walnuts is one of the smartest things you can do. Walnuts are absolutely exceptional, and here's why they are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. Now, you've probably heard about omega-3s being important for heart health, and they are, but they are also crucial for brain function. As we get older, maintaining cognitive health becomes a priority for many of us. Omega-3s play a vital role in brain structure and function, helping to reduce inflammation in the brain and support communication between brain cells. Regularly including walnuts in your diet can help protect against age-related cognitive decline and support memory. Beyond brain health, walnuts are also packed with antioxidants, more so than many other nuts. These antioxidants help fight oxidative stress in the body, which is a key factor in aging and the development of chronic diseases. They're also a good source of fiber, protein, and various vitamins and minerals like magnesium and potassium. When you eat walnuts, you're not just having a snack, you're giving your brain and body a powerful dose of protective nutrients. The best way to eat them, raw or dry, roasted without added salt or sugar. A small handful, about a quarter cup, is a great daily target. Add them to your morning oatmeal, sprinkle them on a salad, or just eat them on their own. They have a unique, slightly bitter flavor and a satisfying crunch. Making them a regular part of your routine is a simple, delicious way to invest in your long-term health and keep your mind sharp. Continuing on the positive side, another fantastic nut that deserves a prominent place in your diet after 60 is the versatile almond. Almonds are like little nutritional superheroes, offering a wide array of benefits that are particularly relevant as we age. For starters, almonds are an excellent source of vitamin E. This isn't just any vitamin. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect our cells from damage. Think of it like a shield for your cells. As we get older, our cells are constantly exposed to environmental stressors, and having enough vitamin E helps our bodies defend against this damage. This is important for everything from maintaining healthy skin to supporting our immune system and potentially protecting against cognitive decline. But almonds offer so much more. They are also packed with magnesium, a mineral that many older adults don't get enough of. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of processes in the body, including muscle and nerve function, blood sugar control, and blood pressure regulation. Getting enough magnesium can help with everything from improving sleep quality to reducing muscle cramps and supporting bone health. Speaking of bone health, almonds are also a decent source of calcium, which is vital for maintaining strong bones and preventing osteoporosis, a concern for many older adults. And let's not forget fiber. Almonds are a good source of dietary fiber, which is essential for digestive health. Fiber helps keep things moving smoothly, preventing constipation, a common issue as we age, and also helps you feel full and satisfied, which can be helpful for weight management. Plus, the healthy monounsaturated fats in almonds are great for heart health. So, a handful of almonds, about 20-25 almonds, is a fantastic snack. You can eat them raw, slivered on top of yogurt, added to smoothies, or incorporated into baking. Just make sure they are plain, unsalted, and unroasted in unhealthy oils. Their mild, slightly sweet flavor makes them easy to add to just about anything. Including almonds regularly is a simple, effective way to boost your intake of crucial vitamins, minerals, and fiber, supporting your overall well-being in multiple ways. Now, circling back to the nuts and preparations we might want to limit or avoid, let's talk about deep-fried nuts. You might encounter these in snack mixes or at social gatherings, often labeled as crunchy or roasted, but having a distinctively greasy feel and taste, while raw nuts contain healthy, unsaturated fats. Deep frying them submerges them in oil, often unhealthy oils like vegetable, soybean, or corn oil, heated to very high temperatures. This process saturates the nuts with these less healthy fats and can create harmful compounds, including trans fats, especially if the oil is reused multiple times. Consuming these types of fats and compounds regularly contributes to inflammation throughout the body and significantly increases the risk of heart disease by raising bad cholesterol levels. Think about how fried foods in general are viewed. They are often seen as treats to be eaten sparingly because of their impact on health. Deep-fried nuts are no different. The high heat can also degrade some of the delicate nutrients within the nut itself, reducing its overall nutritional value. So, you're getting a lot of unhealthy fats and potentially harmful compounds, while losing some of the natural goodness the nut started with. It's a lose-lose situation for your body. When you consider the goal is to use food to nourish and protect your health as you get older, introducing deep-fried nuts into your diet regularly is counterproductive. They provide calories, yes, but the type of calories and fats they deliver actively work against your well-being. Choosing raw or dry roasted nuts instead ensures you get the beneficial fats and nutrients without the harmful additions from deep frying. It's a simple swap that can make a real difference in reducing your intake of inflammatory fats and supporting your cardiovascular system. And finally, on the list of nuts where moderation is key and overconsumption should be avoided, are Brazil nuts. Now, Brazil nuts are actually incredibly healthy in very small amounts. They are absolutely loaded with selenium, an essential trace mineral that acts as a powerful antioxidant and is crucial for thyroid function and immune health. In fact, they are one of the richest dietary sources of selenium on the planet. However, and this is the critical point, you need very, very little selenium, and getting too much can be harmful. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can provide your entire daily requirement of selenium, sometimes even more. Consuming too many Brazil nuts regularly can lead to selenium toxicity, a condition that can cause symptoms like hair loss, brittle nails, skin rash, fatigue, and in severe cases, even neurological issues. This is why, for people over 60 whose bodies might be a little less efficient at processing excesses, it's particularly important to be mindful of Brazil nuts. They aren't a nut you should snack on by the handful like almonds or walnuts. They are more like a supplement in nut form, potent and beneficial in tiny doses, potentially problematic in larger quantities. So, while they are technically healthy, they make the avoid in excess list because overdoing it is easy and comes with risks. If you enjoy Brazil nuts, aim for just 1 or 2 a couple of times a week, rather than eating them daily or in larger amounts. It's a perfect example of how even a healthy food can be detrimental if consumed improperly or in excess. Understanding this nuance is key to making smart dietary choices as you age. Moving back to the nuts that actively support your health, let's talk about pecans. These delicious, buttery nuts are often associated with pies and desserts. but in their raw or simply roasted form. They are nutritional powerhouses that are excellent for your health after 60. Pecans are absolutely brimming with antioxidants, particularly a type called flavonoids, which are known for their anti-inflammatory and heart protective properties. Chronic inflammation is a major contributor to many age-related diseases, so including foods that help fight inflammation is incredibly beneficial. Studies have shown that eating pecans can significantly improve cholesterol levels, specifically by lowering LDL, the bad cholesterol, and raising HDL, the good cholesterol. This makes them fantastic for supporting cardiovascular health, a top priority as we age. Pecans are also a good source of healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, as well as fiber, which aids digestion and helps with blood sugar control. They provide several vitamins and minerals, including vitamin E, vitamin A, zinc, and magnesium. Zinc is important for immune function and wound healing, while magnesium, as we discussed, supports everything from muscles to sleep. So, enjoying a handful of raw or dry roasted pecans is a wonderful way to get a dose of heart-healthy fats, powerful antioxidants, and essential nutrients. They have a rich, satisfying flavor and a softer texture compared to some other nuts. Add them to your yogurt, sprinkle them on sweet potatoes, or simply enjoy them as a snack. They are a delicious way to protect your heart and reduce inflammation. Last but certainly not least on our list of healthy nuts to embrace after 60 are pistachios. These green little gems are not only fun to eat, requiring a bit of work to get them out of their shells, but they are also packed with unique nutrients that are particularly beneficial as we age. One of the standout features of pistachios is their high content of lutein and zeaxanthin. You might recognize these names. They are powerful antioxidants that are crucial for eye health. As we get older, our risk of developing age-related macular degeneration and cataracts increases. Lutein and zeaxanthin act like internal sunglasses, protecting the eyes from harmful light damage and helping to maintain healthy vision. Including foods rich in these compounds, like pistachios, is a proactive step in preserving your eyesight. Beyond eye health, pistachios are also a good source of plant-based protein and fiber, which help keep you feeling full and satisfied, supporting healthy weight management and digestive regularity. They contain healthy fats, potassium important for blood pressure, and vitamin B6 involved in brain development and function. Eating pistachios in their shells can also be a mindful eating practice. The act of shelling them slows you down, helping you become more aware of how much you're eating and potentially preventing overconsumption. Look for plain, unsalted, dry roasted pistachios. Their slightly sweet and earthy flavor is delightful. They make a perfect snack, can be added to salads, or used in cooking. Incorporating pistachios into your diet is a smart way to support your vision, boost your nutrient intake, and enjoy a truly satisfying snack. So, we've journeyed through the world of nuts, uncovering some surprising truths about which ones might not be serving us best after 60, and which ones are absolute champions for our health. Remember those heavily salted and roasted nuts while tempting. That excess sodium is a burden your heart doesn't need as you age. And those delicious-sounding candied or sugar-coated nuts, they load you up with inflammation-causing sugar, taking away from the nut's natural goodness. We also looked at deep-fried nuts, packed with unhealthy fats, and even powerful Brazil nuts, which are amazing in tiny doses but can be problematic if you eat too many due to their high selenium content. Making conscious choices to avoid these processed or overdone versions is a simple yet effective step towards better health. But the exciting part is all the goodness that nuts can offer. We discovered the incredible brain-boosting power of walnuts, thanks to their omega-3s, and the all-around nutritional punch of almonds, with their vitamin E, magnesium, and fiber supporting everything from your skin to your digestion. We saw how pecans, rich in antioxidants and heart-healthy fats, are fantastic for protecting your cardiovascular system and fighting inflammation. And let's not forget those wonderful pistachios. Little powerhouses for eye health with their unique lutein and zeaxanthin content. It might feel like a lot to remember, but honestly, it boils down to some simple principles. Choose nuts that are as close to their natural state as possible, raw or dry, roasted without added salt, sugar, or unhealthy oils. Pay attention to portion sizes. Even healthy nuts are calorie-dense, so a small handful is usually enough. And be mindful of specific nuts like Brazil nuts, where just 1 or 2 is plenty. Remember, you don't have to completely cut out every single bad nut forever. The goal isn't perfection, but making healthier choices more often than not. If you occasionally have a few salted nuts at a party, don't beat yourself up about it. The key is making your everyday habit supportive of your health goals, swapping out those sugary, processed nuts for plain walnuts or almonds, or grabbing a small handful of pistachios instead of something deep-fried. These small changes really do add up over time and can make a significant difference in how you feel, your energy levels, and your long-term health prospects. It can be discouraging sometimes, feeling like everything you enjoy might be bad for you. But look at all the amazing options we've talked about: nuts, like walnuts, almonds, pecans, and pistachios are not just healthy, they are delicious and incredibly versatile. You can find ways to incorporate them into your meals and snacks that you truly enjoy. Think of these healthy nuts not as restrictions, but as wonderful, flavorful tools to help you live your best life. They are nature's way of giving us concentrated energy, healthy fats, and vital nutrients wrapped up in a convenient package. Embracing these healthy nut options is about empowering yourself with knowledge and making choices that nourish your body and mind. It's about feeling more in control of your health, reducing inflammation, supporting your brain and heart, and having more energy to do the things you love. You deserve to feel strong and vibrant at every age. And simple dietary tweaks, like being smart about the nuts you eat, can play a surprisingly big role in achieving that. Don't underestimate the power of these small but mighty foods. I hope this look at nuts has been helpful and perhaps opened your eyes to how the preparation and type of nut really matter. If you found this information useful, please let me know in the comments below. Have you already made some of these swaps? Or maybe you have a favorite healthy way to eat nuts? I'd love to hear from you. Sharing your experiences can help others in our community too. And if you'd like more simple, practical tips on how to eat well and live healthier after 60, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps me know what kind of content you enjoy. And most importantly, consider subscribing to the channel. I regularly share information and advice aimed specifically at helping you navigate the best years of your life with energy, health, and joy. Don't miss out on future videos that can empower you with easy-to-understand, actionable health advice. Just click the subscribe button below the video. Remember, you have the power to make choices every day that contribute to your well-being. Focus on the positive changes, the delicious foods that support you, and be kind to yourself on your journey. You're doing great by even seeking out this information. Keep learning, keep making those small positive steps, and keep living your best life at every age.